Hello everyone, welcome back. We are at Causeacon 2023 and I am in cosplay. I am dressed up as Immortan Joe from Mad Max Fury Road. If you guys haven't seen the movie, you got to check that out. I thought, you know what? It's time to do cosplay at Comic-Con. And this is me and my beautiful wife. We are Immortan Joe and Furiosa. We didn't even win that Halloween costume contest that year. BS. Anyway, I'm undercover. I'm strapped on. You know me. I'm strapped to the gills. And we are at Causeacon. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for the hair in the camera. It's not like this in the whole video, so just stay with me. But this is kind of, you're getting a first-person perspective of what your boy Sticky Goose experienced here at Causeacon 2023. So one of the main reasons I dressed up in cosplay this year, an individual recognized my father and I, which you guys know Papa Goose now, and he basically sent a hate mail, a threatening letter to Papa Goose's former residence stating that I was of the devil. Sticky Goose Dad, I'm worried about a few things with your son. On his YouTube channel, he was on there with a wig and makeup, period, question mark. The next time I saw it, he said, "No, I didn't fart." Is he 7 years old? That was kind of funny to me. Tell him grow up. Then he goes on, show everyone all of his comic books. Yeah, I do show my comic books. Thousands, and show everyone his statues and how many thousands of dollars they must cost. Does he realize how dangerous this is? It is almost like he is obsessed with evil comics. He better be careful. There are people that will come and steal his stuff and family. They're going to steal my family? People are evil, and anyone that worship the devil could be in trouble. So, like I was saying, I mean, people coming up, taking pictures, shaking my hand, saying hello. It was just so cool to have so much positivity around my costume, and I was kind of honored that people wanted to take pictures with me. But enough cosplay talk. Let's get back to comic book talk. I was like, there's probably no comic books at this show. There was a little long box here. No bags and boards, dollar books. I'm like, okay. Right off the bat, I see these books are in excellent condition. Guys at that were manning the booth, very friendly. And right off the bat, I tell them, guys, these are nice condition books. And they said the guy that does it, he knows what he's doing. So right off the bat, I'm seeing, this is, Civil War II. So we're in that late 2010s, 2016, 17, 18. And then I see Thor #1, Donny Cates. Nice little book. Definitely not a dollar book. I already own that book, so I kind of passed on it. Some nice Spider-Man 2099. Then I see Ultimate Spider-Man issues. I don't collect that run. But then I see this. Ultimate Fallout #2. His heart starts pitter-patting. Ultimate Fallout #1. I'm like, oh my God. Is there an Ultimate Fallout #4 in this thing for $1? So I'm digging. My hands are shaking a little bit. Here's some Venom. Venom #3. Venom Space Knight. I'm not familiar with that run. There was some Original Sin. I was like, oh my God, is there going to be a first Silk in here? There's some more Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little discouraged at this point. I'm like, no Ultimate Fallout 4 so far. No Amazing Spider-Man, Original Sin. There's some Battle World when they went back and did Secret Wars again. Here's some Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that 175 might be a minor key. And I'm sure there's some like minor keys in here, some $3, some $5 books. I just don't collect any of these runs. Some more Guardians of the Galaxy, and then I'm like, okay, here's some Silver Surfer stuff. Silver Surfer Black #1, Donny Cates book. That's a $5 book. And then here's the Silver Surfer Dan Slott run, the Marvel Now .1 time period. So that's like 2017-ish. And there's definitely some minor keys in there, including that one, #2, the first appearance of that character on the cover, which I can't remember her name. I'm like, okay, here's some decent Silver Surfer books. I've actually read some of this run. I lied in my other video. I have read Dan's Slot, just didn't realize I was reading it. Some more Silver Surfer, and pretty decent run. And I'm like, okay, here's some Star Wars stuff. I think that was first appearance of Captain Phasma. It's like a $5 book. Here's some Princess Leia. In this Marvel time period, there's definitely some decent Star Wars keys. And then I pulled that one out. Obi-Wan and Anakin #1, that Soul run. I think there's just 2 issues in that. I was like, that's definitely not a dollar book, and this is definitely not a dollar book. Darth Maul #3, first cover appearance of Cad Bane. Darth Maul #2, first appearance of Cad Bane in a high grade. I'm like, oh my god, this is like the best dollar book I've ever found, ever. Darth Maul #1, the whole mini series was there. I was like, okay, we got some Fantastic Four here. This is the Hickman run. So I'm looking for like First Council of Reeds, First Future Foundation, books like that. I think that was that Fantastic Four #1 where Franklin takes on his moniker. I can't remember his name. And here's the FF run. And then this is a $20 book. Or it was. That book was very hot there for a while. It's the first appearance of that Wakandan character. Here's some Transformers books. I was like, dang, this box is loaded. I was like, this is an awesome dollar box. And I'm thinking, I'm here on Saturday, by the way. I'm like, man, were there more books here yesterday? Was there an Ultimate Fallout 4 in there? So I got some nice dollar books. I'm moving on. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling spry. I just spent $17 on dollar books, including first appearance of Cad Bane. So I'm walking around. I'm literally like searching in every nook and cranny, like in between the Funko Pops, in between the Gundams, in between the Knicks, Knacks, and Paddywhacks. I was like, there can just be like a long box in here that I just don't see. I'm getting a lot of smiles. I'm getting a lot of head waves. I'm like part of the cosplay community now. So, now that I'm part of the cosplay community, all the cosplayers are like my best friends now. And then I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. There's an ASM 50 just randomly in this place. ASM 50, first appearance of Kingpin, classic cover, $150 for the first appearance of Kingpin. But hold up, not so fast. This book's got some major issues. I don't know if those are tape pulls. I don't know if that's water damage. It's not good. ASM 252 newsstand. First appearance of the black suit. Amazing Spider-Man #31. First appearance of Gwen Stacy. First appearance of Harry Osborn for $35. Cha-ching. Amazing Spider-Man #78. This is the first appearance of the Prowler for $50. I'm like, oh my god, here we go. Then they had graded books. They had this book, this Disney book. I can't remember the name of this book. What is it? I can never remember the name of that book. I love that cover. It's, I guess that book came out like in the time to commemorate Marvel transitioning to Disney. I can't remember. First print. Batman, Todd McFarlane, classic cover. I was like, this guy's got everything. He had that book for $175. I'm like, let me just take a little look here at this Amazing Spider-Man #31. First Gwen Stacy, first Harry Osborn, no big deal. Resealable bag. You see my hand shaking? I was like shaking, dude. I'm looking at this book. I'm trying not to mess it up. I'm like, let me just page through this bad boy. Now, it's got some major issues. You guys can already see it on the cover. It's got that pin where they've kind of outlined and traced. These are super nice people. They were from Ohio. They came all the way down to southern West Virginia to try to sell some books. They were selling these charms. I don't know what that is. Care Bears, All Out Poo. I don't know what that was. I guess those were like their variants or something. I didn't really ask about that. I probably should have. Then I'm like, let me take a look at this first Prowler. If you guys played that Miles Morales Spider-Man game, you guys know that the Prowler was kind of like the main villain, spoiler alert, in that. And he's kind of like he's not a Sinister Six caliber level villain, but the Prowler is a pretty significant Spider-Man villain. And this is a very nice copy of this book. Centerfold was intact. Always try to page through this book. There's Gwen Stacy. Nice book. I make him an offer on both of these books. Stick around to the end and see what that offer was. But I'm not going to lie to you. My hands were shaking because these were fantastic deals in a place that I didn't think that I was going to get a daggone thing. I talked to the dealers. I asked them, obviously where they were from, and then I was kind of asking them if they have been submitting books to CGC. Are they collectors? He didn't really act like he was a collector, but super nice guy. I was thrilled. So I'm back on the move again. I'm like, surely there's not more books in here. I'm looking down at my watch. I'm like, it's 2:30. I'm going to be seeing a live show here in just a few minutes. Stick around to the end to see that. It's the Harp Twins. Spoiler alert. It's Camille and Kennerly. They're twins that play harps and they play metal. It's awesome. Just you got to see them play. I got a little video clip of them. Then I stumble on this place. So this guy was selling old books, and apparently he's opening up a bookshop. And I asked him, I was like, I'm gonna try. I was like, do you have any comic books? He says he has some graphic novels, which I appreciate. He knows the difference between graphic novels and comic books, so that was cool. I'm not really a novel collector, but man, he had some great stuff, some Stephen King stuff, Michael Crichton stuff. Taking a look here, I'm like, is there any more graphic novels? There was that Black Panther and Captain Marvel stuff. He had this Stephen King's Creep Show there on your top left on the spinner rack. He wanted $80 for that book. I asked him, I was like, is that like a rare book or something? And he said, yeah, that's $80. It's a rare book. And he said he also has this Spider-Man Da Vinci hardcover. So this is the Spider-Man, the other Evolve or Die. He wanted $125 for this. I said, what is this book? Because I'm not like a graphic novel like connoisseur. I know that there are certain graphic novels that are very rare, specifically like first prints, but I'm not really I don't really care about that. I don't really collect those. I collect those for reading. He wanted $125 for that book. So I eBayed this because I was legitimately interested. I'm seeing like $20, $25. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think that comics were really his forte. But man, I really hope somebody is not going to pay $125 for that book. I don't think they would. But yeah, there it sits in the spinner rack in the Ziploc bag. So I'm on a mission. This sweet little girl, she's like, who are you? What are you from? I was like, I'm Immortan Joe. And she was loving that. I was like, I got to see the cosplay contest. I'm in full cosplay mode. I'm seeing cosplay contests. I'm having fun at this convention. I got some awesome books. This is Hollow Knight, if you didn't know from Hollow Knight the video game. I had a blast at this convention. It wasn't a comic book convention, but there I sit. Now let's listen to the musical stylings of the Harp Twins. I'll see you back at the house. Alright everybody, we are back at the Sticky Goose Man Cave, and this is the haul, and this is a pretty good haul. we have got the first one up. This is FF number 19. So this is from that dollar book Gold Mine we found. This is the first appearance of Onami. It's a Wakandan character. There was some like speculation with her being in a Black Panther movie. So this book was hot for about 12 seconds. Yeah, this is FF, meaning the Future Foundation or Fantastic Four. This is the Hickman branch-off run from that Fantastic Four Hickman run, which was very, very good. And this is kind of Franklin Richards and Valeria Richards and their kind of tales. And then they're making that team, that Future Foundation team. Little minor key, dollar book. Condition was fair. It's kind of got like a crunch back here. So it's probably worth about $1. But if you guys saw the video, you guys saw this. This is Darth Maul number 5. Not a key, but this is the last issue in this little mini-series, and I have been wanting to read this. Darth Maul number 4. Again, not a dollar book. And then Darth Maul number 3. This is the first appearance of Cad Bane. This character right here, we saw him in the book of Boba Fett. Boba Fett. He was one of the main villains. He kind of stole the show. Star Wars is at its best when it's space cowboys, and he fits that perfectly. This is a great cover too. I had this book at one time. I ended up selling it to one of the friends of the channel, so I'm glad that he got it. But I'm glad to have this back in the collection, and I'm going to read this miniseries. But this was the crown jewel of the dollar book Gold Mine. This is Darth Maul number 2. Not only a great cover, right? This is the first appearance of Cad Bane. This book was on fire when that Boba Fett show came out. And I really wanted this book. 1, because I'm a Darth Maul fan, and 2, I really liked Cad Bane in that show. Man, I got this book for $1. This is probably one of the best dollar book finds I've ever found. It probably is the best dollar book I've ever got. In a 9.8, this book is like $180 to $200 book. This book is clean. No spine ticks, no color rub. The back cover is black, but here, let me show you. I got this see-through bag so you guys can kind of see the back. This book is nice, man. This is a nice copy of this book. And to finish it up, Darth Maul number 1, an incredible Darth Maul cover. That's a $10 book, and that's that complete little mini-series, 1 through 5. Super glad to have that. Then we have another Star Wars book. This is Star Wars Obi-Wan and Anakin. This is by Soul and Chichetto. This is a $5 book. I already have a copy of this, but I had to pick up another copy for $1. And then I got into that big Silver Surfer lot. This is the first appearance of this character whose name is escaping me. This is Dan Slott. I now know I'm a big Dan Slott guy now after Spider-Boy, Spider-Man 7. So now I'm buying everything Dan Slott. And this is Silver Surfer number 1. This is a cool cover, and a number 1, a Silver Surfer number 1. You gotta love it. This is Silver Surfer Black number 1 by Donny Cates. The rest of this miniseries wasn't there. I would have bought that. It's a 5-issue miniseries, and I wanted to read that because I like Donny Cates, and obviously I like Silver Surfer. But cool cover, and this book is like impossible to find in like super high grade because so many. The spine is black, the whole cover is black. And then I stumbled on this Ultimate Fallout, Spider-Man issue number 2. There was no 3 and there was no 4. Spoilers. But there was 1 and 2. I legitimately thought that there would be a number 4 in there. There probably was. So, like I said, I was there on Saturday. If I'd have been there Friday, maybe there was a number 4 in there. I don't know. So that was all my dollar books. That little lot right there I got for $17. Pretty good. I would say pretty good on that. But then these are the big boy books. And like I was saying, I really did not expect to find big comic books at this event. I really didn't. This is Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man number 78. This is the first appearance of the Prowler. The Prowler has been in the Miles Morales video game. If you haven't played that game, it's excellent. And the Prowler's kind of like a significant Spider-Man villain. This is a nice copy of this book. I mean, it's, classic 4.0. It's got all those color breaks down here. It's kind of got a chunk missing. I need to kind of fix those folded pages, but the spine looks pretty good. I mean, 1969 book. I paid $35 for this book. So it was he had it priced at $50. I got him down to $35 on that, and I paid $35 for this. Amazing Spider-Man number 31. This is the first appearance of Gwen Stacy and the first appearance of Harry Osborn, and it's the first appearance of the character that later becomes the Jackal. I mean, this is a double first appearance. I mean, this is a huge Spider-Man key. To me, this is a more important book than Edge of Spider-Verse 2 for Spider-Gwen. I mean, this book is the first true appearance of Gwen Stacy. It's got some pin here. I mean, that's the first thing that jumps out. I mean, somebody has kind of traced the spider, and you see that in a lot of these books. For whatever reason, the kids wanted to trace that. This is like a 2.5. The centerfold is intact. It's got that chipping. It's got major wear, but it still presents very, very well. It's a red book. It's a nice book. I can't believe I own this now for $35. And then this was the absolute, just a crazy deal. I mean, this is Amazing Spider-Man number 51. This is the first cover appearance of Kingpin, the second appearance of Kingpin. Look how great this book presents. Obviously, you've got some pen here scratching out the 12 cent, written 10 cent there. The back of this book looks fantastic. This is like a 4.5, maybe. Super nice book. And you guys saw he had that ASM 50. He was selling that for $150. And you saw the big tape pulls or the whatever pulls on it. It had some major issues. And I wasn't willing to spend $150 for a copy that just did not present well. I forgot to mention, I got this. That's how this got to $17. I paid $5 for this. This is the Ultimate Spider-Man Ultimate Collection trade paperback, Volume 1. This collects issues 1 through 16, I think. This is a run I've been meaning to read, and I thought, hey, $5, read this, see if it's something that I like, and then maybe dive in on the omnibus. This is something I didn't get at the convention, but I wanted to show you guys this. This is Absolute All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison. This is, if you guys don't know, an Absolute issue. This is a slipcase. And then this is the book inside. This is what James Gunn is going to base the Superman movie for the new DC Universe movies. This is a book that it's just tragic that I haven't read this yet. Grant Morrison, top 3 favorite writers for me, and this is apparently the best Superman story of all time. So I got this in the mail, and I want to show you guys this as well. Pretty decent haul there. Spent $170, $80 for the second Kingpin, $70 for the other 2 books, $150 plus $17 for the dollar books, $167 for this lot. I think I did fantastic. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.